When we speak of Chanel, we immediately think of timeless elegance, impeccably tailored tweed jackets, the iconic little black dress, handbags that have become symbols of sophistication, and jewelry that sparkles not merely with light, but with history, personality, and audacious creativity. Yet beneath the glimmering image lies a far more complex and intriguingly contradictory world, a world where artistry and ambition collide, where imagination and commerce intertwine, and where even the most celebrated creations carry subtle tensions and quiet controversies. At the heart of this universe stands Maison Gripoix, the legendary Parisian workshop founded in 1869 by Auguste Gripoix, whose extraordinary skill transformed cast glass, faux pearls, and metal into breathtaking, almost living masterpieces. From the 1930s, Gripoix became an inseparable collaborator with Chanel, translating Coco Chanel's sophisticated, daring, and revolutionary aesthetic into jewelry that was simultaneously elegant, bold, playful, and provocatively unconventional. Yet even as these creations dazzled with brilliance, they also carried contradictions. The clever use of imitation materials, while ingenious, highlighted the tension between perceived luxury and tangible value, between the artistry of design and the carefully curated image demanded by an elite clientele, leaving observers to wonder whether Chanel's genius lay in beauty itself or in the subtle orchestration of desire and aspiration. Among the first women to wear these extraordinary creations were daring Parisians who defined taste in salons, cafes, and soirées. Marie-Laure de Noailles, who famously paired a cast glass floral necklace with an understated black gown, sparked whispers of admiration and envy, simultaneously hailed for audacity and critiqued for extravagance. Elsa Schiaparelli, Coco's contemporary and occasional rival, admired the sculptural genius of these pieces while privately mocking their artificiality in her diaries, calling them beautiful illusions of grandeur. Wealthy patrons of the Place Vendôme marveled at the layered textures, shimmering pearls, and delicate metallic details. Yet some questioned whether these jewels reflected true innovation or merely symbolized social status. These early reactions highlight a fascinating duality: wonder intertwined with skepticism, elegance tinged with artifice, and luxury both celebrated and scrutinized. The collaboration with Jeanne Toussaint, Chanel's legendary art director, further amplified both the brilliance and the tension of these creations. Toussaint, often called the high priestess of Chanel jewelry, brought fearless creativity, sculptural vision, and a daring theatricality to Gripoix's craftsmanship. Necklaces seemed to bloom with floral motifs, brooches layered with depth and movement, pearls shimmered with a playful yet sophisticated light. And yet, even this genius existed within the confines of social expectation. These pieces were designed for an elite audience whose tastes dictated what could be called desirable, reminding us that even in its most revolutionary moments, Chanel operated within social hierarchies, blending freedom with constraint, creativity with careful control. Every jewel tells a story beyond mere adornment. The meticulous layering of textures, the interplay of light on cast glass, the shimmer of faux pearls, the intricate metallic details, each element is a dialogue between past and present, imagination and reality, artistry and societal expectation. Critics have noted that while Chanel jewelry revolutionized fashion and democratized elegance in certain ways, it also reflected the delicate performance of status, a nuanced commentary on the interplay of wealth, taste, and desire. Collectors treasure these jewels not only for their craftsmanship, but for the tension they embody, a mixture of brilliance and calculation, audacity and precision, whimsy and control. Wearing a Gripoix creation for Chanel is entering a world simultaneously beautiful and challenging, luxurious and calculated, sophisticated and provocative, a universe in which history, artistry, social narrative, and personal identity converge in miniature, shimmering masterpieces. And yet, there is a quiet, lingering melancholy when we reflect on this era. The women who first wore these jewels did so in a time when luxury was complex, layered, and unapologetically expressive, when adornments carried personality, narrative, and social nuance. Today, as fashion increasingly values minimalism, simplicity, and restraint, we risk losing the audacious beauty, the intricate craftsmanship, and the imaginative wonder of these creations. The shimmer of cast glass, the layered textures of pearls, the delicate metallic work, details once celebrated, are quietly fading from daily life, leaving us with nostalgia for a time when elegance was a performance, creativity was fearless, and luxury was tangible, ornate, and delightfully complicated. Perhaps what is most haunting, most poignant, is that Chanel and Gripoix gave the world treasures that were at once dazzling and imperfect, beautiful and provocative, precise and intentionally illusory, reminding us that true artistry often exists in tension and that luxury has always been as much about perception as it is about substance. And so, when we admire these jewels today, in photographs, exhibitions, or private collections, we are not only witnessing craftsmanship and audacity, but also stepping into a vanished world of layered elegance and calculated spectacle, a world that is, in many ways, impossible to reclaim. We are left with wonder, with subtle critique, and a faint, almost aching nostalgia for the era of intricate, expressive, audacious luxury. A reminder that, in our modern pursuit of minimalism, we may have traded away not only extravagance but imagination, complexity, and the daring beauty of a time when jewelry was not merely worn, but lived, breathed, and told stories in every shimmering detail.